Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. I'm pregnant and I never thought it would happen to me. I'm 38 and really thought it was never going to happen. I've been with my husband for 12 years, married not yet a year, it'll be a year this October. We have tried to get pregnant and was never successful. So I pretty much assumed there was something wrong with me and I couldn't have a baby. So I just never thought it would happen, even though I always wanted to be a mom. And today I realized I was 10 days late on my period, so I took a test thinking like every other it would be negative. And it wasn't. I'm in such shock. And I'm scared. But excited. And just in utter disbelief. I can't even believe it's finally happening for me. Edited. Thank you so much for everyone's kind words and beautiful stories. I feel so blessed and can't believe how many people have been through this too. Story 2. I don't know if I should support my twins' new career or not. I am honestly a little panic right now. I am an identical twin. My twin and I have very few differences. For example, I normally have curls while she wears her hair straight. I wear more pants, while she wears mini skirts or tube tops. Our last big difference beside our personalities is that we have kinda matching tattoos. Basically, without revealing too much about it, we each have half a heart, hers is on her left wrist, and mine is on my right, and when we put them together it makes a complete word. We are completely different people. I love my twin, and we are extremely close, but we are the type of people who are honestly only friends because we are twins. My twin is outgoing, intelligent, peppy, and also the perfect person in a dangerous situation. I am the opposite. While my twin decided to travel the country after high school, I went to college. I do want to make it clear that I don't think less of my twin because of her choices. I feel like traveling is what she needed and loves. I want to teach children. It makes me happy. Now we can dive into why I'm pacing my bedroom right now. My twin is currently at my apartment, for Christmas basically. We were eating dinner, and just talking about random thing. Suddenly, she started talking about how I am graduating soon, and her own future. I asked her what she wanted to do, and she started by saying she wants to be her own boss. This led to her bringing up OnlyFans. I don't have anything against OnlyFans at all, but we are identical twins. I'm scared that a parent is going to see my twin spread eagle and they will want to remove their child or fire me. I know that it's her life, and I have no place to tell her what she can't or can do with her body, but I just feel like this will ruin my career. I know I'm being an asshole and that I'm selfish, which is why I am not telling my twin any of this, but I'm worried. If you are a parent reading this, would you remove your child from my classroom? Story 3. My parents ruined my childhood, so I cut them off. I 26F was treated like the black sheep of the family since I was little. My parents have 5 kids together. Dad treated me like shit. I was treated like a slave. Always had to clean. If anything went missing, I was always the one who took it. I always received whoopings, always got second-hand clothing, electronics, etc. Would never buy me stuff, even something as small as a candy bar. But my other siblings got just about whatever they wanted whenever they wanted. So of course resentment grew day by day. Mother and father had marital issues, so I was DNA tested in the 6th grade and he found out that I was 99.9% his kid, but this didn't change anything. It's like my torture got worse. I tried to myself in 7th grade by taking as many pills as I could. Long story short, I was punished and lost my bed privileges and had to sleep on the floor. This all happened up until I moved out in 2018 and I pretty much cut him out of my life. Now he goes around telling people that it's me and I'm the problem because I was brainwashed by my mother. We'll get to her issues in a moment. He says that I was a brat who was up her mother's ass and that's why I don't like him. I do admit that I was closer to my mother at the time. She treated me like shit too, but not as bad as he did. Now with my mother, same thing, treated me like a black sheep, only wanted to use me. We got into a very heated argument and I threw out there that I hated her for letting him treat me wrong and staying married to him even though she knew I was tortured living there daily. I told her I hated her for always helping and babying my siblings but watching me struggle and get it out the mud while they can run to her for anything and she helps them. I told her she never offers to help me with anything whether it is financially or even help with my kids. She told me that I should never need help since I have a fiancé. Even though she helps my oldest brother financially all the time and he's almost 40 with a girlfriend and doesn't have any kids and doesn't have his life together. I've cussed both of them out this year and have decided to cut them off forever. People have been telling me that I need to forgive them and that I can't cut them off because it's wrong and that the Bible says you have to honor thy mother and father. Story 4. Looking for positive stories where relationships healed after big fights betrayal. Whether it's a romantic relationship, family relationship, friendship, what are some personal stories where you saw/experienced people reconnecting/healing their relationships with others even if it seemed that fight/betrayal/etc. was so big you/they'd never heal that relationship ever again with that person ever again? Just want to fill this thread with positive stories. I believe things can always change. Story 5. I'm losing my mind. Recently I got out of a relationship. I've known him for a year now and we would have been dating for a year 11/1. But he broke up with me for someone he'd known for a week or two. Every day I hear you'll find someone better, it'll get better, and you'll get over it soon enough. But it's been a month. I'm still at the same place I've been when we first broke up. Sometimes I miss him, other times I wish the worst upon him. I'm losing my mind. Story 6. My roommate randomly blew up on me. So my roommate was in her room with the door open and I was a few steps away in the kitchen and we were talking. She called me in her room to show me something. We talked about our plans for the week. Then she's moaning and groaning about getting up from bed cause she can't get up to do stuff cause she's too tired and cold. Then she finally did get up but made another angry grunt and I asked what was wrong and she said she had to get her laundry. I said I can get it for you. She said no thank you in a forceful tone. So she's getting her laundry, huffing and puffing and dropping things. I once again offer to help. She says no. Then as she's struggling to make it to her bedroom, I say why don't you let me help you, and she said I have my reasons and believe me you don't wanna hear them. All angry all the sudden. I asked her why she was mad at me and she said toodles and slammed the door shut and started the shower water. I would say to myself, gosh, maybe I behave in some way after helping her that she doesn't like, but the only thing I expect when I help out someone is a thank you. But she has a pattern of not thanking me when I do things for her. Example, I feed her cats every day at 5 p.m. BC. I work from home and she is usually home an hour later. Why they cannot wait until 6 p.m. I do not know. But regardless, I feed her cats for her. She'll ask me if I fed her cats. I'll say yes, and she'll say okay no thank you. So in that case I don't behave in any way, I just wait for a thank you that never comes. And I don't speak up. Also, not 2 hours ago she asked me to come into her room to help her with something very small. Why is it that you asked for help then but not now? And why am I being made to feel like I did something wrong because I didn't retrieve her laundry maybe? What did I do to make her lash out on me like that? Story 7. My mom is forcing religion on me even after I left. I, 20F, left my religion at 18, the experience was a nightmare. I faced continuous bullying without any intervention. The environment also felt unsafe, like a cult with unreasonable rules and views. My mom's persistent pleas for me to return every Sunday stem from her belief that not participating in the church jeopardizes our eternal salvation as a family. She sees my leaving as a parenting failure. She's rallied our family to pressure me, insisting I need to rebuild my faith. A few times I would ask for favors from family members, only to be told that I would have to repay them back by going to church. I stopped asking people for things after that. They also label me as being on the dark side. My mother's religiosity is extreme, and while I respect personal beliefs, forcing them on others is not acceptable. She even claimed she'd rather I stole cars than played the game Resident Evil, fearing it invites evil. She deems rap music a pathway to hell and would unplug my TV over objectionable content. I adore my family, but their manipulative tactics to make me return are exhausting. Story 8. I threw up on a guy's dick twice. That's it, I mean I was sucking his dick and I had drank a little and I threw up, OMG. Then I got up and washed my face and stuff, and then later he said it's fine and we just did it again and I threw up again and he's like it's okay, it's not your fault, but what is wrong with me? I'm so embarrassed. Do I never talk to him again? How bad is it? Story 9. My abuser just died. I am so sorry if this triggers anyone, I just need to get this out right now because I'm not okay. My abuser just died and the way I was told is truly messing with my head. My uncle sexually assaulted me when I was a child and violently raped my aunt. He was protected by my grandma. She covered for him and said she would lie to the police if anyone ever tried to report him. She's also invalidated my aunt and I's trauma throughout the years and called us liars. The family never talks about it, but last year she actually asked me if I still hate my uncle for what he did and I told her yes. Anyway, tonight I see I have several missed calls from her and a voicemail saying it's an emergency, so I call her back. She starts off by saying I have bad news and I'm immediately thinking something happened to her or my mother, but then she says Chris died and my mind just immediately shut off. I reacted purely out of instinct or something, I don't know. I asked her why she was telling me this and why I had to be the one to hear this. She claimed no one else would answer their phone despite the fact that she lives with another uncle of mine and has like 7 other children. I told her I'm not the person to deal with this and hung up. To clarify, I'm glad he's dead and I hope he's burning in hell, but there's that part of me that feels guilty for my treatment of her. The guilt kicked in and I started thinking she just lost her son, I shouldn't have reacted like that. I called her back to let her know I was sorry for her loss, but that again, I wasn't the person to handle this and she hung up on me this time. The fact that I was the person she called and the way that she said it, as if I was going to grieve with her, feels extremely targeted and malicious. I don't know how else to describe what I'm feeling other than triggered. I always thought I would be able to celebrate his death, I don't really care if that's awful of me, and maybe find a piece of healing from it. But now I feel as if she's intentionally robbed me of that by doing this. It feels like there's no way it wasn't intentional and I'm torn between that voice that's saying I'm bad for how I responded and wanting to protect myself from this. Any advice would help. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.